Welcome back to Better Living. I am here now with Dr. Marlene Welch from Faces Skin Health Experts, one of my very favorite people. We're going to talk today about melanoma skin protection because May is National Melanoma Skin Cancer Prevention Month. Yes. Something that is very important and very personal to me. Just last April, May, listen to me, I can't remember now. It was April, I had some basal cell, the least dangerous of all skin cancers, taken off my collarbone here. And I'm glad I caught it early, you know, and I think that's the most important thing. We gotta be really aware of our body and, you know, notice if something looks a little wacky. What are some of the things, easiest things we can do to protect our skin?
Well, we all know the obvious. Stay out of the sun, especially at high noon. Stay out of tanning beds, which I'm always trying to tell people. Sunblock, everyone says to wear sunblock, and I think they just had something about that only 15% of men and 30% of women even put it on every day. So you should be doing it every day like you brush your teeth every day. And those are the obvious, you know, wear a hat when you're outside. They even have SPF clothing now. So, I mean, as long as we're doing those things, I think those are the obvious. And some things that we don't maybe think about is that when you put your sunblock on, that you're not just like one and done. You put it on the morning and you're done. You actually have to reapply it. So the protection factor will last, but if you're sweating outside, you have to reapply.
How often?
It depends on what you're doing, honestly. So if you're outside running and you're sweating it off, you probably have to put it on in another 20 minutes. Whereas if you're just sitting outside, maybe you can just put it on in another 2. But
I prefer the sitting.
You prefer the sitting.
I mean, if I'm going to get to choose what I'm doing out there, I'll just sit.
But even something as like the susceptibility, so someone like me who has a little bit darker and doesn't burn as easily, I can probably get away with putting it on again in an hour, whereas you...
Every 10 minutes.
More likely every 10 minutes. So things like that, the more subtle things that you don't necessarily think about that come into play that can be important things to worry about.
Are there some other things that we can do? And I may be totally off base here, and please call me out if I am. I think about some of the skin treatments that we can have done, like on our face, the planing or the peels and those. Would those take like some, I'm going to use the term precancerous, and maybe that's not even the term, but will that like help us clean our skin off?
Well, sure. So there's a spectrum. So probably this little basal cell that you had started out as something that was a precancer. So if you can prevent, then maybe it will never become a cancer. So some of the things that we know that can potentially prevent, even diet. You know, the oxidative damage that we get from the sun can be prevented with things we all hear about, antioxidants. So vitamin C, vitamin E. So eating more fruits and vegetables, or even putting vitamin C and vitamin E on your skin. The other things that can help are like retinols or retin A or retinoids, things that will slowly cause the skin to come off a little bit faster. If there's a precancer that's on there, that can come off sooner. If the precancer isn't there, then it won't become a skin cancer. And then some of the things that you've talked about, like a chemical peel. So if the peel will remove the precancer, then it won't ever become a cancer. You can get into some more aggressive things. There are some combination peels that we do at Faces that will actually include a chemotherapy agent. So this is more of a medical procedure because we do corrective skincare and a medical skincare at Faces. We can combine a chemical peel with a medical treatment, and it's called a pulse peel. So if you actually have a pre-cancer on your face, we can do peels on the face and remove the precancers and use it as a prevention of skin cancer.
Wow. Well, something like a moisturizer that has a sunscreen in it. Is that enough on my face? Do I need an additional sunscreen on that? And does it matter, can I use something I buy at the drugstore? Is it better to use a good product? I know like the products you guys carry in there, those are good products. I like those products. Is it better to use something like that?
Oh, I'd rather have people use a sunscreen than no sunscreen. So really an SPF of 30 is what you want. I tell people that you want to look for something that's broad spectrum. I am biased towards using non-chemical sunscreens, and that is what we sell at Faces as opposed to what you would buy over the counter. The chemicals tend to be a little less expensive, so that's probably what you'll find is a less expensive sunscreen will be a chemical sunscreen. But what we have at Faces are titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, which you will remember, the white stuff that the lifeguards would wear. But those are physical blocks, and it's a very good block from the sun. So those are what we're partial to, and they come at a premium, but it's a very, very good block, and it's not a chemical block.
Totally worth that premium.
Yes, I think so.
Trust me, totally worth it. Then you don't have to deal with,
That's right.
You don't have to deal with that.
And
absolutely.
In terms of the moisturizer versus sunblock together, sure, there are products that you can do together, but why not buy something that's doing one job, a moisturizer that's going to moisturize, and then a sunscreen that's going to do its job, which is to do a sunscreen.
If we're interested in the products, or if we're interested in those other things that can perhaps work on the precancerous things, or if I just need a little pampering and I want to come to Faces and get that done, I'm still going to get the eyebrows done. I'm just saying, I'm totally getting the eyebrows tattooed, the permanent. Just need to give you guys a call?
Absolutely. 734-568-6100.
All right, give them a call today, make that appointment, because you better get in there and make that permanent makeup appointment, or you're gonna have to get in line behind me. I'm telling you. We'll be right back on Better Living.